What's good, people of the internet and beyond? My name is Jay Sean.
You can call me Natty.
We are joined this week in our weekly rundown by the one and the only Rocky Gold. Say hello to the people of the internet and beyond.
What's good, people of the internet and beyond?
If you guys don't know who he is, you should be watching our Perfect 10 Roulette videos.
We'll have a little card that'll pop up like in the little corner, one of those little eye things. It'll link you to it. If he doesn't know how to do it, I'll come back in and I'll do it after the video's up. But anyway, welcome to the weekly rundown brought to you by What the Wrestling. If you're new to it, all we do is we just run down Raw, SmackDown, give our opinions on what happened, and that's that. If you're a returner, I don't know why you're returning, but whatever.
You should already know what you're getting yourself into.
And again, because I just feel like doing a special shout out. Shout out to Ash from Wrestling Shorts because he is reliable as always. He's just, I don't know. It's just something about him. I wanted to shout him out today. I hope you're doing good, Ash. Thanks for being support. Thanks for the support.
Thank you for all the support. We really do appreciate it, man. But how about...
Let's get right into it. We're going to jump into Raw. Raw this week.
It starts off, like, before the show officially starts. They decided to do a quick little tribute to those of Parkland, the past week's shooting. Right. Again, classy move. Completely understandable. Thank you, WWE. For those that were affected by the disaster, we wish the best. Once we got through the traditional WWE, here, now, forever, whatnot.
And one more thing to touch on the little Parkland tribute. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but WWE.com has officially changed Apollo Crews' name to just Apollo, considering the shooter in Florida, his last name was Crews.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But
so Vince McMahon said he never wants to hear the last name Crews come out of any WWE superstar, commentator, official. So now it's just
something on WWE.com. Was it actually
if you go and look him up on WWE.com, it's just Apollo.
Yeah, you're talking about that. I didn't know the whole back why he got.
That's a rumor that I heard, but I'm not 100% sure about that yet.
I can believe it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no Vince McMahon hasn't come out and has said a written statement, but that's just what other wrestling insiders have speculated.
Okay, well, I can believe it. But with that being said, we opened up Raw this week because it was announced that there will be a gauntlet match. Oh my God, I thought it was going to be the main event. But no, we are spoiled little children in Vince McMahon's big playhouse of big sweaty men. We get our gauntlet match first things first. It starts with Rollins versus Roman Big Dog Reigns. God Almighty, what the frick was this match?
I was going to say I wish we weren't spoiled with this. I wish this was the main event, but that's personal preference. We'll just run through that real quickly.
This match was a cluster fudge of just time. And granted, don't get me wrong. It was a great match. I sat there and I watched all 100 and 100 and whatever time that it said it was, 120 something minutes.
Let me ask this real quickly. Okay, I watched this thing live or whatnot.
So did I.
The whole entire thing. Was there ever a point halfway through the first hour alone where you were just wishing, okay, when's Braun Strowman coming out? And this is just finishing this up.
I wasn't when is he coming out? I was curious. I was I wonder what number they're gonna have him come out, because it was kind of obvious the big guy was gonna come out last. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Well, I was gonna say we start off with Roman Reigns coming out first. Beforehand, he gives a little interview saying that yes, he's concerned about the Elimination Chamber. He's never been in an Elimination Chamber match before.
Speaking of Elimination Chamber, they actually have clarified 3 men will start, all the rest will enter at separate intervals. Of course, it's going to be Seth Rollins is going to be one of the 3 who get started because
Miz is the first one at least. We all know that.
We know he's the first. But
had it not been for them announcing the 6 women tag at the beginning of the show, after the first hour, I was beginning to question whether or not the gauntlet match is going to take up the entire episode of Raw.
You're right.
No kidding.
I understand, because the fact that they took an hour for just Roman Rollins and Cena. So
yeah. Well, let's go ahead and start talking about the first one. Like I said, it was Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the first at least 30 minutes.
Yeah.
For some of the highlights, they include, there's one point to where Seth Rollins gets Roman Reigns up and has him do a buckle bomb, but Roman is instantly...
Look, WWE, I don't know who it was that talked you guys into letting Seth Rollins do the forbidden moves, But thank you. Because it's so much more fun when they actually get to do moves that they enjoy doing. Because we all know Seth Rollins loves to do the buckle bomb. We know he loves to do the curb stomp. So it's fun when we actually get to have those moves again.
On the opposite end of that spectrum, I don't know about you guys, but I may be the only one here. I am sick and tired of seeing the drive-by by Roman Reigns. That move is so annoying. Like, it's almost like a take on Undertaker's leg drop on the apron, except it's just a jump up. Like, honestly, it looks so corny when it happens. I'm just like,
I feel like I wish they wouldn't do it in every match that he's in. That's my biggest complaint. It's like kind of like that whole thing that he does every single match. Every single, even when he ends up losing, he still does the
like he's going Super Saiyan
every single episode.
Speaking of Roman Reigns losing, the way that Roman Reigns is eliminated, Roman Reigns is the first one eliminated. He gets eliminated whenever Seth Rollins sets up for the curb stomp, but Reigns moves out of the way. He tries a roll up on Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins counters that into another roll up that gives the 1, 2, 3 on Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns can easily be pinned on roll ups. Apparently,
it doesn't matter though. He's gonna go to WrestleMania to beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but even so, I think the fact that WWE made Rollins pin Roman with the roll up definitely says something.
Yeah.
That Roman is definitely willing to take like a jobber-esque loss.
Which is a big thing to say simply because it's like WWE books him to be
the powerhouse.
Essentially the Super Cena in a sense. In a sense. I know people hate...
It's not really in a sense. It kind of is.
But, there are some people who hate the John Cena Roman Reigns comparison as obvious a day as it is. But after Roman Reigns is eliminated, out comes Super Cena himself. He comes out... Good showing between him and Seth Rollins again.
I was gonna say he comes out to the ring, but for a chance he can finish his little injury one, Seth Rollins goes right in, tries to attack him, try to get him out of the way.
Do what you got to do. I'm trying to win. I ain't trying to.
I wholeheartedly appreciate the way WWE is trying to build back up Seth Rollins as a main eventer.
I can agree to that
because for the especially now is the perfect time to do it. I mean, Dean Ambrose is injured.
Yep.
And then so is Jason Jordan. That whole storyline was stupid, but now Seth is running solo, and they're building him back up to be a main eventer, which he should be.
Yeah,
he's way. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off again. But
you're good.
He's way more of a main eventer than Roman Reigns ever could hope to be. Seth Rollins at least has some character. When Seth Rollins has some charisma in his character. Roman Reigns, he just seems bland. Like, the only thing he's good at is being a heel. He will never be a babyface.
He wasn't that good at being a heel. Cause he had the Shield to kind of help.
He's just a bland character in general. Like, nobody likes him.
He's not like Lars Sullivan, for God's sake. God. Speaking of this one and myself, this one right here. We went to NXT Jacksonville over the weekend.
Yeah.
I was fan of the night. And...
Lars Sullivan was awesome. We'll just put it
Lars Sullivan was awesome. But you mentioned Jason Jordan. I'm actually excited to see what they do with him once they bring him back. Because, first off, they're going to continue the whole Kurt Angle is my dad storyline. But I want to see what they're going to do.
I hope that Angle turns him heel. I want him to
They were teasing it before it came out that he had to get neck surgery.
I want somehow for Jason Jordan to come out and say something along the lines of I made it up. I made you believe you were my dad. You're a shit general manager.
Okay, I think we're going a little bit too far into fantasy booking. Let's go back to how Raw was or whatnot. So as we're getting back, we got Rollins going up against Cena, and these two will not quit. Especially Seth Rollins, he will not quit.
I mean, he did say he wanted it to be Monday Night Rollins. He did. Again, so
there's one point to where it was just basically a boxing match, as in Cena would do one punch, and then Rollins would punch back. Cena would do one punch, Rollins would punch back, and then Rollins basically hulked out at one moment and just went crazy. Like there was a new
going Hulkamania on him.
Yeah, basically.
I did like the underdog-esque showing that Seth Rollins did portray here, because again Cena came across like the dominant force, but even as Rollins came out, even as Rollins stood up, he was limping.
Oh yeah.
And it made it all the more believable about the underdog tale. I'm just excited to see what's going to come with Seth Rollins.
Y'all gotta let Seth. This I don't know if this is for you or WWE, but if you're selling a knee injury, don't do moves that require you to have put pressure on your knee, because it's like you're trying to sell the fact that your knee is hurt. The same knee that cost you your WrestleMania appearance 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Don't do moves that require you to put weight on that particular knee, because it's gonna be like, wait, weren't you just hurt? Wasn't that knee just hurt like 10 seconds ago?
We're looking at you, Ripcord knee. You know that's like the major. No. We'll get to that in a moment, but no. How about we get back to the match, like I said. So there's one moment to where, I'm not gonna lie. By the time this match got to like the first hour or such, I was personally just done with this match.
Of course you were.
Because, for God's sake,
you weren't raised in the fires.
Look,
like we were.
Here's the thing. Everyone's all going crazy about, oh, this match was amazing. This match was amazing.
I wouldn't even say that. It was.
A lot of people are like that. I'm not saying just you, but a lot of people were. Let's be honest, okay?
Dave Meltzer, come on, bro. You know you want to give it. You want to give him the 5 stars, bro.
No, he doesn't. Anyways,
you gave Gargano and Cien almost 5. Come on.
Did you watch that match?
Yes, I did. You know I watched that match. I was standing right next to you.
Okay, just making sure. Anyways, so there's a lot of highlights that went on with this match. Rollins kicked out of an AA again. Freaking exhausts all get up. He will not quit. God, don't know why I have the notes right here. There was a rollover STF, as in I think it would look like it was about to be a roll up, but John Cena made it to STF, and Rollins still got to the ropes.
He did it a couple times this match.
This portion of the match was kind of crazy, because there's one point where even Seth Rollins pulls out an AA on John Cena. Let's be honest, that one was kind of cool.
That was one of the first times in recent WWE history where we've seen a superstar steal another superstar's finisher.
When was the last time Seth Rollins using Triple H's? I think that might have been.
Yeah, but
no, like at WrestleMania. That's what I'm talking about. Not like the whole build up. I mean, like at WrestleMania.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Anyways, but the way this portion of the match ends is Cena does the AA. He's going for that double AA thing he did at Royal Rumble against AJ Styles.
Oh, that was so great.
But Seth Rollins was able to reverse that into the ripcord knee strike, then a curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. Cena is eliminated.
You know what? I talk trash about the ripcord knee strike, but if you use it in the way that you did Monday, as a lead in to the curb stomp, I can live with it.
Yeah, I think
so. Use it like a signature.
Yeah,
either like a signature or like a lead in to another combo. Don't just let it be the standalone like finish of the match.
It just looks super wonky to be a finish.
Exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't look natural.
Anyways, so after Cena's eliminated, who else comes out but? I knew you were gonna do that.
Hello.
Elias.
My name is Jay Sean.
Put the ukulele down.
You're gonna bite a brick. You're not gonna tell me
the ukulele down.
My show, my freaking ukulele.
Your show.
I created this.
Y'all's show.
There we go. I'm with it. For once, I'm with him.
For one.
Anyways, but Elias quickly comes out, tries to go for the pin, but god damn it, Seth Rollins has to kick out.
Of course he does.
They cut the commercial. They come back. Cena does a interview backstage. He's reiterating the fact that I need to win Elimination Chamber.
No, you don't. Stop teasing us. We all know what you're teasing. We don't appreciate it because honestly, I don't want to see him back. I love you, Undertaker. I love everything you've done for this business, but I do not want to see you come back and wrestle. Yeah. It's like watching your hero die. And then come back just to die again.
Yeah.
Pun intended, because you are the dead man. But
anyways, but nevertheless, John Cena, at least they're giving him like a storyline going to Mania, talking about, hey, I need to win this. This might be my only chance at Mania. At least they're sticking with something as compared to Survivor Series, to where they was just simply, hey, I'm here. How's it going?
I mean, but on that same token, though, like with Cena, like Cena's main evented and headlined and had matches in enough WrestleManias, like. You can still be a part-timer and not be required to have a match at Mania.
I mean, sure.
Give that time slot to other up-and-coming talent. Hell, I would like Leo Rush. I know NXT has their own takeovers, but I would at least like to see an NXT match on WrestleMania's card.
That
I
would
think
be interesting.
I think it'd be the UK match or the UK title match if that was the case.
That'd be. Hey,
Or-
I'm down.
Or hey, how about this? Have it be. How about? This is the fantasy booking. I'm sorry, we're taking away from the thing. How about you have, instead of, since we don't have Money in the Bank at WrestleMania anymore, let it be a 6-man match, ladder match for a main roster contract.
That'd be interesting.
Because it works as a kayfabe standpoint, but let that be
The way to introduce
their,
some of the
yeah,
audience.
like, let that be their WrestleMania like thing, and then going forward, you can be like, Shane McMahon was like, "Oh, I was so impressed that even though we don't necessarily have it in our budget, I offered him a contract anyway," or I was able to talk my head people into offering him a contract anyway. Like, work it. There are so many storyline ways that you can work that in.
Yeah,
but we're getting away from it. Let's
Enough
get
of
back
fantasy
to-
booking. Let's go to actual booking. And actual booking, after a drift away, Elias Eliminators for Seth Rollins. Thank God. Oh my God, it was nice to see. Look. I love how they're booking Elias.
They're booking Elias to be powerful, and I definitely agree. However, and I know Seth Rollins was exhausted, but
I'll say he spent like an hour and 5 minutes in that match.
but if you wanted to not only build Seth Rollins up further, but if you wanted to elevate Elias as well, have Elias use like a drift away and something else. Don't have him just one finisher and done, because then not only it almost makes it like you're jobbing Seth out to Elias, which I know.
No, it's not like they're jobbing him out. Like you said before, he's exhausted. He just went through
I know.
Roman Reigns and John Cena, two of like the biggest guys in the company.
But look, I know, but look at it from my standpoint. Like, you just like spent an hour for the better part of an hour taking on 2 superstars, and then a guy that they're on the process of building up just comes in and eliminates Seth out of nowhere.
Well, it wasn't like it was just nothing. Like I said, Elias, like he tried to do the quick pin, but they had to take at least another commercial break and at least a good 10 minutes after that before Seth Rollins finally caved in. Before he finally was.
I get where he's coming from, because it looks bad on Seth Rollins'
Yeah.
part.
It does not.
Because-
It makes sense.
At least one additional drift away. Like, if you would use 2 drift aways,
Exactly.
I wouldn't have
if
complained.
The fact that it was just one, and then it was like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm going to give out. And then just, first off, a drift away is not that powerful.
Right,
It
it's
should
like-
put you down after one.
it's like somebody hits, like if John Cena hits an AA on somebody and then they kick out, and then he picks them up and goes to the middle rope and then does it, and then all of a sudden now they can't kick out. Like, even if you were to just do like a second one, I'd have been complaining. I wouldn't have complained.
Let's get back to the match. After Rollins leaves, Finn Balor, Burgundy Balor, comes in. Oh, come on. You can't tell me that the wine trunks or whatnot, it's not burgundy.
No, I like him.
Anyways, he comes out, go to commercial break, come back. Seth Rollins is interviewed. He said that, as awesome as it was to last out there as long as he did, and as great as it was to pin Roman and Cena, it means nothing if he doesn't win Elimination Chamber.
Ooh.
I mean, it's a fair point.
He's not going to win, though.
I will say at this
What are
point,
they going to set up for him? Possibly him and Balor?
going to fantasy booking. Let's
I'm
get back
not
to
going to the fantasy booking. I'm just thinking out loud.
Anyways, but
Let me freaking live.
I will say at this point of the match, everyone else was like me at this point. We wanted Braun Strowman. We were expecting Braun Strowman. The crowd was chanting, "We want Strowman." But after a coup de grace, Finn Balor eliminates Elias.
Coup de Gracie.
Then you hear the Miz's
How you
music
doing,
hit.
Brian?
You hear Miz's music hit. You see the Miz Trash come out. Finn Balor said, "Come on, Miz, come at me." Miz attacks from behind, as you'd expect.
Of course.
Goes for commercial break, comes back. Elias gives an interview. He says, basically the point of his thing is, it was tough out there, but I have the advantage for coming in last.
It was tough. But I'm going to be the last man in the Elimination Chamber. And that works to my advantage. And then everybody will walk with Elias.
Anyways.
This is a solo performance, boys.
Nope.
I don't do trios.
But he did it twice. He did it with the club, and he also did it with the Mistral. Anyways, what was I gonna say? So yeah, we come back. Finn Balor. Okay. This little interaction between Finn Balor and Miz, I loved. One of the big highlights I liked is Finn Balor. It looks like you're gonna do like a collision, like bouncing off the ropes or whatnot. Miz bounce on one. Balor hits the other. He swings at Miz, hits, but then he goes for the suicide dive onto the Miz Taraj. That was beautiful. But the way that this part ends, Finn Balor goes for the coup de grace. The Miz Taraj distracts enough for the Miz to knock him down from the top. And the Miz hits a skull-crushing finale onto Finn Balor to eliminate Finn Balor from the match.
The Miz and the Miz Taraj are one of the best things on Raw. Fight me.
I will say at least the Miz. The Miz Taraj, I wish they would build up a little bit more. That's just me personally.
It's debatable.
But you said that's one of the best things on Raw. But you know what is the best thing? Do you know what is the best thing on Raw, though? What everyone was waiting for. Will you stop that?
No, I won't.
Mr. Get These Hands himself?
Yes. Which I like how they kind of set it up or what. Thank you. Anyways, but I like the way they set it up. So it's like Miz is celebrating or whatnot, and then all of a sudden he has this like moment of realization. He's like, oh crap. There's only one more competitor. Braun Strowman comes out. Miz tries to run away, but Braun is quick as all get out.
There's no reason a man that big should be that
fast.
Quick.
Yeah.
There's not a single reason on this planet.
But
you're standing at like what, 7'3", 7'4"? You can outrun me at 5'10"? Heck no. That's not right. That's not natural.
So
for God's sake,
so we cut
a good 55% of your body is your legs, man.
We go to commercial break after Braun basically ragdolls the Miz into the ring. Cut back. We have a quick little Balor interview. I didn't write any notes on this, so I guess it's just the basic. I need to prove myself at Elimination Chamber. But interesting enough, the thing that I put down, Braun actually gets hit by a skull-crushing finale after being distracted by the Miz.
He absolutely no-sold it.
He did. Yeah, like tosses him through the ropes, but as soon as Miz comes back in, running power slam, 1, 2, 3. Braun Strowman finally ends the gauntlet match at around 10 o'clock.
I think that's the first time Braun has took a finisher from a from a non-big guy.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, think about it. Like, no, has Finn hit a coup de grace on Strowman?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think they've even
because I know Lesnar, obviously F5, Kane chokeslam, Roman Reigns spear. And yeah. I think this is the first time.
Has Big Show ever gone with the
KO punch?
Yeah, the KO.
I think maybe. I don't know. But even so, I think the Miz.
I know at least chokeslam he did.
I know the Miz hitting a skull crushing finale is the first time Braun Strowman's been ever hit with a finisher by a smaller superstar.
And we see how well he took it. He took it like a champ. Right. But Braun gets interviewed afterwards. He says that he doesn't. People saying that I'm scared. I don't fear the unknown. The unknown fears me. But he's like, I'm not scared of Brock. You hear me, Beastie Boy. But if you excuse me, I have some unfinished business. Comes back to the ring, just destroys everyone like everyone expects it to. That's basically the end of the gauntlet match.
Braun Strowman is the best thing on Raw. I'm trying to tell people. He needs to be the next Universal Champion.
Nah, he'll be the next IC champion.
No,
calling it.
He's too big for that, and I don't mean literally. I mean the man has more popularity now in the past 3 months than he has had over the past year than he ever was with the Wyatt family.
Mark my words, he's gonna be the next IC champion. Mark him.
I'm saying Finn Balor, but we're getting the fancy booking. Let's get back to what actually happened. So after the match, guess what we get? A Double J Hall of Fame package. Jeff Jarrett's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. Ain't he great?
No more than that we need to spend on that. What's next?
I was going to say this literally
No more than that.
After that, we get Asuka. Asuka has a promo with Renee Young in the ring.
I got this one.
You got this one?
Asuka, baby, I love you, but come on now. I get that you've done some English training. I would have preferred you have just spoken all in Japanese and we not understand anything that you said.
No, I kind of appreciate the fact that she at least that she showed. It kind of gives kind of, I don't want to say a facade. It gives kind of an unnerving like back of the mind like, okay, there's something up with this woman, like kind of thing or whatnot. I don't know if it's just
the fact that she doesn't completely know English. And before anybody tries to jump on me, I'm not knocking her for not knowing English well. I'm not doing that. I'm saying because she's done it in the past where she's done her promos in all Japanese, just let her do that until, hell, I don't know. Maybe she feels uncomfortable, which is why it seemed like, which is what it seemed like. It seemed like she was very uncomfortable speaking Monday night.
But nevertheless, what
Then she gets attacked by,
may I this is the part I do want to emphasize because I love this part. I love
it.
this. So again, Asuka is basically the point of her thing is that she controls her destiny when it comes to WrestleMania. She's not scared of Nia Jax. Almost on cue, she turned around and it's like it's still dark because they had like a spotlight on her. Then the lights come up. Then we see Nia Jax like crouched down, like looking like she's about to strike, looking like a velociraptor out there, freaking looking like she's about to pounce. But Asuka quickly attacks her, but Nia Jax is quick to fight back. She does a Samoan drop onto her, and then not one, but two leg drops onto her. Mm-hmm. 2 leg drops onto her. Basically, they're making Nia Jax look strong before she loses to Asuka at Elimination Chamber.
And I like the fact that she's getting the Braun treatment. You know,
yeah, slightly.
Because unlike Braun, over the past few months, she has been jobbed out to the likes of Bayley and Sasha Banks. No, because they were friends.
Yeah.
So like Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mickie James, like she has lost to all these women when she should be this dominating force in the women's division.
She's supposed to be the irresistible force.
Right, and I like the fact that she's now getting the powerhouse treatment that she ever so deserves.
Yeah, but they always bring it up like every once in a while or whatnot.
Yeah, but I mean, now she feels like a legit threat to Asuka's undefeated streak, unlike prior.
True. After this, we had a match of The Bar versus Titus Worldwide
And just Apollo.
And just no, like I said, we had said Apollo, like they even showed that Cruz is gone. So sadly, I guess Terry Crews can never make it to WWE.
I guess Cruz can lose his last.
Get out right now. Just go.
Remember that last week?
Just go.
Cruz can't lose.
Yes, we all remember it, and then they got rid of it. So just get no. But
and you see what I have to deal with. This is a weekly basis, people.
Hey,
this is a weekly thing, and I have nothing. There's literally nothing I can do.
Don't say there's nothing you can do about it.
I have to deal with this.
It was
Nobody
It
else
was your
will.
decision to bring me on the show.
Yeah,
Anyways,
and I have regretted it.
No, you don't.
Yep,
No, you don't.
A little
Anyways,
just a little.
But I mean, this match honestly, it was a solid match. It was a standard match that you would expect from these four. But basically, the match ends. The way the match ends, Cesaro he knocks out Titus in the corner, but Apollo is able to overcome both him and Sheamus to steal another win for Titus Worldwide.
Yay!
So
I think
I'm
they're number
pretty
one
sure it's been
contenders.
added that they will be having a.
yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that was,
they're number one
Championship.
contenders.
I was to say they have a title match this Sunday, right?
Right.
No,
I
they're not
don't know
gonna
if it's
win.
this Sunday or next Sunday, but anyways.
Well, there's nothing next
This
Sunday.
upcoming
Oh, that's
Sunday.
right.
I was gonna say.
So let me ask you guys a question.
Yes.
Do you think Titus Worldwide has a chance to win the tag titles?
How about
Like a snowball's chance in hell, they do.
How about we save these opinions for
Like a
our predictions
snowball.
video that we're having this week, guys?
Like a snowball's chance in hell.
Prediction video.
Jesus.
Keep an eye out for it.
Snowball.
But after this match, we cut the commercial. We are about to go to the main event. It has been announced that Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt will be happening at Elimination Chamber.
Like a snowball's
I am
chance in hell.
so sick of this feud.
Oh, no, don't say that, because I've actually enjoyed this feud.
If we can't get a Hardy Compound promo one,
I am sick.
like seriously, can we just get one?
We're going to get
Just one!
We're going to get at least one.
I'm so sick of this feud. It's like
It's going to
For
happen.
God's sake, you got Impact Wrestling to give you all the rights for this. Do a Hardy Compound promo.
Listen, bro. It's not even about the Hardy Compound promos that bothered me about this feud. It's the fact that when they debuted the character and they set him up against Bray Wyatt, okay, fine. Then they were having back and forth promo packages for about a month. And then he makes his debut match on the 25th anniversary of Raw.
Oh, yeah, a match before that.
Yeah, he had the match on previously. Yeah, the week before. Anyways, and he lost. They did Woken Matt Hardy lost his debut match to Bray Wyatt.
You know, tell me right now, you know Hardy's going to win the overall feud. You know he is.
I mean, but still, like, Bray Wyatt is not the first person I wanted Woken Matt Hardy to face.
It makes perfect sense.
Listen, bro. In TNA, Broken Matt Hardy was a main eventer. nobody takes on Bray Wyatt in the company to become a main eventer.
I'm pretty sure everyone goes through Bray Wyatt in order to become the main eventer these days.
Yeah, but now he's just like a jobber-esque type. Like, even so, I mean, you're right, because all the big people,
the gatekeeper to the upper mid card.
That's true. I mean, the likes of Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, they've all taken on the.
And of course, we know that John Cena would be nowhere without his defeat of Bray Wyatt.
Right.
Trust me, I hate myself for saying that. Anyways, but you were gonna say something. You're calling.
I am calling this crap. Bray Wyatt, Woken Matt Hardy team up. They're going to be the next Raw Tag Team.
I would actually like to see that.
I am calling it because it is just absurd enough for them to do.
I want to see the goofy promos that they can come up with the Eater of Worlds and the Woken one.
Sister Abigail and
the Master
Woken Matt Hardy have started dating again.
The Paladin of the Seven Deities.
Ooh.
But anyways, after it was announced that they have the match at Elimination Chamber, they had their usual back and forth promo with the whole entire glitching and all stuff.
We're not going through the whole thing.
No, but
watch the damn match. Son.
We get to the main event. It is a women's six-person tag. I put women's six-person tag team match of Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Mickie James going up against Alexa Bliss and two of the three members of Absolution.
Okay, no, we're not doing this. We are absolutely not doing this. WWE. We're not going to do this. But I will say this much. For what it was worth, it was a decent match.
Yeah, it was a solid match.
For what it was supposed to be worth at the main event of the show, it was an okay match. WWE, we're going to have a chit-chat later.
They need to find some division.
How about we...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you say your thing, because I'm going to say let's just skip it, but you have something important
to
say.
I was just going to say that I would like to see some division amongst the brands.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of seeing Absolution and then the Riot Squad as the two main factions in the female division on Raw and SmackDown. I don't mind. You can keep both factions, but I want some type of different storyline. You can't just try and push them both as the dominating factions of each brand, because then you're just copy and pasting storylines, and that's not... No, I want to see something different.
Hell, I'd say introduce a women's tag team division like y'all had back in the freaking 80s and 90s. But I know that y'all don't have the time for the singles women's matches, so it would be a waste of 10.
How about we just get to what actually happened in the match? The major point of the match is
passionate.
I believe. Okay, so, but the main thing is Sasha Banks. She got the win off of the bank statement, I believe.
Yep.
But as soon as the match was called, Absolution started to attack Sasha Banks and Bayley and all of them. Alexa and Absolution standing tall. When Absolution starts to look at Alexa,
of course,
they're about to attack, but Mickie James comes to her aid. She helps Alexa Bliss,
and now they're fair and square for this Sunday.
Yeah, what do you got? I want to get your thoughts on this. What is your opinion? What is your take on this new Mickie James Alexa Bliss buddy friendship?
Alexa Bliss is just looking for
the first time that they did it.
No, I would say Alexa Bliss is just looking for a little bit of protection going to Elimination Chamber.
That's what I think as well. But
yeah.
Jay,
again, is a falsified version of the first time they did this on SmackDown. They're gonna have Mickie run around with Alexa a little bit, just kind of help keep the championship on her, and then of course they're gonna have a match. It's not gonna go anywhere. She's not ever gonna actually win the title, but it's good to give people hope, I guess.
But speaking of hope, after we got through that super duper long, bizarro episode of Raw, which I feel like it was playing in reverse, honestly. Like, could you imagine that 6-woman tag match being first and then the gauntlet match being the main event or whatnot? No. That's just me. Anyways, but
looking back on it now, knowing how long it was, I could not have seen that being the end. I would have switched off of Monday Night Raw. So
okay, then you're probably the audience that they were trying to accommodate to. So fair enough.
Yeah,
but how about we go to SmackDown now? SmackDown starts off with Renee Young and AJ Styles in the ring, and Renee is asking AJ Styles if he feels like he's in control of his destiny from WrestleMania.
Before we get into that, why WWE? Why can't we just start with some action? Why do you insist on having these?
Because
they're so we have 2 hours. 2 For God's sake, Raw can fill 2 hours with a freaking match. You can fill 10 minutes with a match, too. At least 10. You have 2 hours to do something. Don't bore me with talking. I get it. You're trying to set up because you want AJ Styles versus Shinsuke at WrestleMania. But God's sake, I don't want to hear AJ Styles give the same cut and paste promo that he gives for every other situation. God, yes, we know he's going to go on and win at Fastlane. Yes, we know he's going to face Shinsuke Nakamura at Fastlane. God, please, just let me watch wrestling. I come to SmackDown Live to watch wrestling, not hear people talk.
You are so passionate.
Yes, I turn down the TV when I watch wrestling because I don't want to hear the commentators. I just want to watch wrestling. I don't want to hear them talk. I want to watch wrestling.
However, I will say that AJ Styles just handles any situation he's put in, whether it be a match or a promo. He's a talker. He talks well, and people love him.
He's on my growing list of people that can take 10 minutes and talk all 10 minutes and say absolutely nothing. Literally, he is on that list below Paul Heyman, CM Punk, and for God's sake, Kevin Owens.
What about John Cena?
No,
I don't want to listen to Cena talk for 10 minutes about that.
Exactly.
Anyways, but let's get back to what AJ did say because, well, basically he went through I thought the way he was going through it was like going through a floor plan. It's like over here we're gonna have Kevin Owens on the table. I'm gonna bash him through that thing. I'm gonna have there might be someone in the ring pinning each other. Yeah, that's how I felt like he was presenting it. But basically the whole entire purpose was he was running down everyone that was in the match until he got to Baron Corbin because when he was about to talk about Baron Corbin, Baron Corbin interrupted. He came down reminding...
Nobody gonna talk about me without saying it. My face, doggone it.
Well, not only that...
That's how it feels when Baron Corbin comes out.
Well, he came out there because he wanted to remind AJ Styles and remind the fans that he did win the U.S. title from AJ, and then the rematch the following night, he clearly got the win. He got the pin.
Yeah, wasn't that in a one-on-one situation, though?
It was, not whenever he got the title from him, but the following night, on SmackDown after Hell in a Cell. Yeah. That was
I just think I don't like Baron Corbin as a character or a superstar. I think he's just very
I enjoy Baron Corbin.
He's got a lot of growing to do. He comes across as like the white Roman Reigns.
What the heck?
He comes across as like the great Roman Reigns is like name brand, and then Baron Corbin is great value.
He's a boring heel. I'll say that much. Oh my god, I never thought I could say that about a heel character. They're boring.
How about we just keep going? How about that?
We are continuing to go. We're talking about Baron Corbin, who was on SmackDown.
Well, we're also going to be talking about Kevin Owens coming out as soon as Baron Corbin reminded everyone everything. Basically, coming out and being, it doesn't matter about Baron Corbin, doesn't matter about you. I'm going to be WWE champion. To where AJ's like, I see you've gotten the boil or whatever the heck off your back, a.k.a. Sami Zayn. Ha 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 ha. Kevin Owens is about to leave when Shane comes out. He's saying that, well, you might have this whole entire you think I have a personal vendetta for you.
Yes, you do.
Well, that's not what I'm about. What I'm out here for is to let you know that Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles, that's going to be the main event. You, Kevin Owens, are going to be going against Dolph Ziggler right then and there.
Excuse me, Shane. Personal vendetta is not you. Do you not know who your dad and or sister are? Do you not know who your brother-in-law is? Personal vendetta, not you? Bro, personal vendetta might as well have been your great-grandfather. It's in your blood, fam. Seriously.
With this match between Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler, this match once again has proved why, and I'm going to show all my bias here, Dolph Ziggler is one of the greatest one of the greatest in-ring competitors of all time.
I'm going to say he's one of the best sellers of all time. He can really convince someone that the match goes along with. He can make a match look good. Let me put it like that.
He ain't no AJ Styles, but
How about
I don't like him.
How about we talk about the match? Is there any particular moment you want to talk about, or aside from finish? Because I'll get to that. But
I think the Famouser looked a little wonky.
Yeah, see, that's the part I was actually going to bring up, unless you want to say something about it.
I don't like Dolph Ziggler, so y'all got it.
The Famouser looked a little wonky, but other than that, every zigzag is a good zigzag.
Well, what I was going to talk about is what led to the Famouser as well. It was the fact that Kevin Owens basically pushes Ziggler after he tried to get back up to the top rope where Kevin Owens was, and had this weird flop when he flopped down. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that. It was just kind of...
Kevin Owens goes for the Swanton Bomb, to which Ziggler brings up his knees, stopping the Swanton Bomb.
Doesn't that hurt your knees, fam?
It does, but while Kevin Owens is on his knees, Dolph Ziggler hits him with the Famouser. We get to the end of the match. Sami Zayn, he comes out, distracts Dolph Ziggler, to which Kevin Owens delivers one of the nastiest super kicks I've seen in a while.
Hit him right in the side, right in the side back of the head, like right here, just.
And Kevin Owens easily gets the win. But
woo! Anytime we get to celebrate Dolph Ziggler getting beat, fine by me.
But anyways, after this, unless you want,
yeah, that's right. I said it. Fight me.
I'll leave him alone.
How about we just okay? I'm. There's a big guy between both of you. Let's just leave it.
And I'll smack you too. I don't care.
How about we get to the next part, to where we get to talk about Jinder Mahal.
Wait, wasn't the promo with right after that match? What about the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn backstage segment?
No, that's
Is that later on?
That's later on. That's later on.
Oh, I thought it was right after.
No, that's later on. What's after this is apparently Jinder Mahal came out and he's he came out and he's like, I have this horrible, dirty little secrets about Bobby Roode. This thing that could absolutely destroy his reputation and everything. Here is this SmackDown Top 10 list, to which it was apparently fabricated and had Bobby Roode listed as number 1, which, for those who don't know about the SmackDown Top 10 list, you're not supposed to put yourself on the SmackDown Top 10 list.
It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid.
One, it's brand new, so they need kind of a little bit comfortable with it. But
no, I'm not talking about the list, bro. The list is whatever. I don't care about the list.
The concept behind
not even the list. Like the concept of this Jinder promo is just stupid.
Well, it's just kind of one of those
of course, if it's your top 10 list, you're gonna put yourself at number 1. I mean, hell, even Samir Singh can make a top 10 list, and he put himself as number 1.
Exactly.
Or Jinder,
How much you want to bet that Aiden English put Rusev 1 through 10?
Probably.
Sorry, 1 through 9, then Ty Dillinger at number 10.
Because it's Rusev Day.
Rusev Day. Happy Rusev Day, everyone. But as Jinder Mahal is making these allegations, Bobby Roode comes out saying, first off, that's not my list, but the thing is, though, you, Jinder, you couldn't even make the list. I think that's part of the reason why,
Why are they having friggin' segments over the top 10 list?
Well, hey, at least they're building storylines. At least it's not completely pointless.
It's not even that. I'd like to see some more Bobby Roode in suits promos.
Yes,
going
thank God.
Going back to the NXT days?
Yes, thank God.
Oh, yeah, because I'm mad because this guy got on the list and I didn't. Build a whole storyline around that.
Well, it's more about pride more than anything, which is what half the WWE is anyway. Let's just be honest. Anyways, but
if anything, then you know what? No, I'm gonna fight that. Then if it's about pride, then let him come out there and say, "I was a champion this time last year, I was gonna be a champion. I didn't realize that I was gonna be a champion. I won the World Heavyweight Championship. Bobby Roode, I can beat you for the U.S. Championship because I know I can because I've been a champion in the WWE. This is your first time ever being a champion. Let them, if you want to talk about letting it be about pride, let it be about a championship and somebody knowing that they can beat somebody else because of that being a champion. Because of their pride being the fact that they were a champion and they lost that championship. They haven't had a chance at a championship since. Let that be the kind of pride that they show.
And then to tack on to all of this tension between Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton comes out.
Because we have nothing to do with him.
I was going to get to that.
We're getting to it.
I was going to say, Jinder basically, the purpose is he wants Bobby Roode to admit that he thinks he's better than Randy Orton. That's which Roode, he never said no, but he said that he never said that. He also said that he's not scared of Jinder Mahal. Randy Orton comes out he and Bobby Roode have a quick little chat in the ring before he attacks Jinder Mahal with a fist. Bobby Roode throws him out, throws Mahal out.
Well, they both do it. They both clothesline Jinder over the top rope.
Orton tries to RKO Bobby Roode, but Bobby Roode is able to counter that and hit his glorious DDT. But Jinder Mahal is able to come back into the ring and hit Bobby Roode with the Colossus.
The Colossus.
I'm gonna ask this. I'm probably the only one in this. Is it sad that this is the rivalry I'm most excited about overall WWE?
I mean,
yes, it is.
I don't think.
You are probably the only person on this entire planet.
Listen, bro, I don't think that...
My nephew, who was a year and a half, is probably more excited for something else. He doesn't even watch wrestling. He doesn't know what wrestling is.
Listen, bro, I don't think that I can put you for, like, trying to hype up this United States title match, but I just don't like the fact that Orton was kind of thrown into this picture.
Well, no, I wouldn't say he wasn't thrown.
No, he was thrown into it. Like... The whole buildup of the tournament led to Bobby Roode winning the U.S. title over Jinder. Mm-hmm. That makes a perfect storyline. But then you literally throw Orton in there because speculation is that they're going to give Orton the title out of this because they want Orton to be the next Grand Slam champion like Dean Ambrose was prior to him. Which, okay, but don't just make Bobby Roode champion only for him to lose to a top 10. Like... Randy Orton...
You know Randy Orton's not going to win this.
The legend that he is does not deserve the U.S. title, specifically alone for the fact that he wasn't even in the tournament. He wasn't even in the tournament for the United States title.
To be fair, he was probably more focused on the Royal Rumble because the tournament happened around the Royal Rumble time, and he had entered himself in the Royal Rumble.
What was he even doing around that time?
But even still, everybody, at least a couple people from that tournament were in the Royal Rumble.
I was going to say, I think only Jinder was, if I'm not mistaken.
Xavier
Mojo. No, Mojo wasn't. He had a match against Bobby Roode in the pre-show for the U.S. title.
Well, then probably Zack Ryder.
Well,
Kofi Kingston. Aiden English was in it.
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
Anyways, backstage, we see Daniel Bryan and Shane. They're basically debating about what to do with the titles. You know, you seem to be giving the same people the title. Well, people should be getting this for the title. But Shane makes Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton official at Fastlane, to which Daniel Bryan, whose whole entire point is, when you hired me, I'm not supposed to be the yes man. I'm supposed to be the person making the matches.
I'm not supposed to be the yes man.
I'm very intrigued to see where this Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon angle goes.
Probably gonna have a representative versus representative match at WrestleMania.
Well, people think this is gonna go past Mania and be long term and eventually come to fruition in the form of Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon, which wouldn't be a bad match to see, but we still don't even know if Daniel Bryan is going to re-sign with the WWE when his contract expires.
Yeah, that's still up in the air. But
hey, if they don't sign him, if they don't say he can wrestle, he's going to Ring of Honor. I'm calling it.
Yeah. But after this match, we had the match that was advertised last week. We had the 6-woman tag team match between Charlotte, Becky, and Naomi going up against the Riot Squad.
Copy and paste from Raw.
Not really copy and paste because because the thing is, okay, the good guys won that one, and this one Ruby Riott got the win. There was nothing really significant about this match. It was just kind of there, to be honest.
But still, the fact that it was a 6-woman tag and many of the same actions took place on both matches.
All I'm saying.
Anyways,
look at that.
After this,
who would have thunk? I'm not the only one who thinks that way.
After this, we go backstage. We see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn having the awkward promo that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Sami Zayn is saying, when it gets to the match, it's gonna be just you and me. When it gets to that match. But here's how it's gonna happen. I'm gonna pin you in the middle of that ring. All right, that's how it's gonna go down, because I deserve to be champion, essentially. Is that kind of what it was, or
No. Sami Zayn was talking about how he was gonna lay down in front of Kevin Owens and let Kevin Owens.
Oh, is that what they said? I thought it was...
No, he literally was like, "Bro, I just enjoyed this ride, man. I've gotten so much
I want this. I want this to eventually lead to a Sami Zayn face turn, in the sense of how exactly Kevin Owens betrayed Sami Zayn when Sami Zayn won the NXT title. I want that to come back in the opposite form for Sami Zayn to turn face again, because Sami Zayn, he works as a heel, but he's a natural-born babyface.
Yeah.
And so, especially with that awkward hug, that hug is what sold it for me, that this is going to happen. That awkward hug where even Owens is like, what? What? Okay, I mean, I guess. I want him to fully put his faith in Sami Zayn, and I want Sami Zayn to betray the hell out of Kevin Owens. And I want it to happen. Make it happen, WWE.
That's a possibility. It could potentially happen. After this, we had the New Day versus Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. That's what he calls it, so that's what I'll go with. It was announced on Twitter earlier on in the week that the winner of this match would be the new number one contender for the tag team titles at Fastlane.
Yeah.
This match was a solid match. I mean,
it was alright.
It did what it needed to do.
Yes, and
Exactly.
which got the New Day win. New Day won off of a distraction from Kofi more than anything.
Right.
That really got the win.
Right.
It's kind of one of those, was it Benjamin and Gable were about to set up for their finisher, whatnot, but Kofi Kingston was distracting the ref. It kind of continues this whole entire storyline of Benjamin and Gable getting screwed by the refs.
Exactly. It furthered that storyline, which I really support.
But what was more significant about this match is what happened afterwards.
Directly after.
Hold on. So, before we even get to that, it's October, November, December, January, February, March. So it took 5 months for y'all to get back to this. Really? Y'all said that this was going to be a while. I was thinking y'all were going to give me like 6 to 8 months before we saw this again. So you gave me 5 months before we're going to get to see New Day. No, you're not going to stop me. No. You actually have the Bludgeon Brothers primed and ready for a tag team title match. And you mean to tell me that 5 months. 5. And we're going to see New Day versus the Usos again. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for Black Excellence. I'm all for Usos, New Day, because honestly, hell, even outside of Black Excellence, they can put on a fantastic match without anybody. We've seen it. Hell in a Cell, the last match that they had against each other, we've seen it. But if you wanted to tell me that it was going to be a while before they ever got a chance to try for those tag team titles again, give other people a chance. The Fashion Police. Give Ben Abel another chance. Give the Bludgeon Brothers a chance. The Ascension. You have other tag teams. You have more. I'm not mad because I love them. But I'm frustrated because I'm fans of other tag teams. And I want to see other tag teams flourish. Right. I want to see what they can do.
Yeah, so I agree with you partially. While I do and love and I'm a huge supporter of the Fashion Police, I don't think they're primed and ready for a title shot. Because
they're never going to get that chance. They haven't even been put on TV.
Exactly. They've been buried. They've been buried. I agree. But I think the reason why they're holding out on the Bludgeon Brothers right now is because they're kind of, while they are a very dominant force, they're not pulling the support of the fans like they thought they would.
Whoa. I don't know about...
nah, bro.
I know, okay, at least with me, I have their full support. And I've seen people popping for the Bludgeon Brothers every time they come out.
Right, but you get a couple pops. You don't see the whole building go like when Braun Strowman comes out. Like,
fair point.
Nobody's chanting.
They're not
Bludgeon Brothers.
They're not pulling as they should. So I think that's why they're waiting to pull the trigger on the Bludgeon Brothers getting a title shot.
Well, here's the thing that I'll say: it's not exactly as clean and dry, because the thing is, though, even though New Day won, directly after they won, the Bludgeon Brothers come out because they got a match afterwards. They have a little stare down. As a matter of fact, Eric Rowan looks like he's about to attack the New Day whenever Harper quickly stops him. Is like, we have to get this match out of the way, basically. We cut the commercial. We come back. Charlotte has an iPhone promo. I don't remember what it was about or whatnot.
What do you guys think of these iPhone promos?
I'm very sick and tired of them.
I'm not going to say I'm sick and tired. Some people nail it. Some people don't. I like how there's a more natural kind of promo delivery now with this whole entire thing.
Yeah, I just don't like the graphics that pop up.
The
graphics that make it look very cartoonish.
The only thing about it that I can say that I like is the fact that it's different. We're not wasting more time having them come down to the ring talk, and then go back up the ramp before going to the next segment. We could just pop it up on the Titantron, pop it up on TV for those at home, and we're done. And I like that. It's saving a little bit of time.
Yeah. But after this, we had the Bludgeon Brothers, and Jay, it's so nice to see good wrestlers in our community enjoying a nice healthy serving of squash. It was a squash match, as you would expect.
Yet you get mad at me for my thing.
Hey, exactly, exactly. You can have your thing. I'll have my thing. Okay, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna be mad at it.
Nobody likes squash. I have yet to find a single person who eats squash.
Then you have found the wrong recipe for squash, because there are good recipes out there for squash. Okay. I think you can vouch me on this one. Come on, isn't there at least one good recipe for squash?
The only time I've ever had squash in a decent manner was when they cut them like potatoes and made squash fries.
I mean, there's a good one. Also, there's all sorts of different kinds.
My personal French fries are actually surprisingly good.
Let me also ask you this: have you ever had butternut squash?
No.
Oh.
It's. Why are you saying ugh? No,
I do not like butternut squash.
It's one of those. If you make it right, it can be delicious. One of my favorite soups of all time is butternut squash one. That especially around the New England area, they make it to where it's hearty yet got a little bit of a sweetness to it in a sense. But we're getting completely off track now. But essentially, like I said, nothing else. Bludgeon Brothers, yes, they had a squash match. After this, the Riot Squad, they had an iPhone promo to where they were basically saying, congratulations, you got these two, but you still haven't gotten me.
Am I the only one that finds Ruby Riott attractive in that middle school goth girl type?
Yes.
Esque.
Yes,
Take the middle school out of it. Yes, I agree with you.
No, I'm not saying you remember. I didn't mean it like that. Y'all know what I mean. You remember back in the day, middle school, you had those couple of kids that were goth / emo, kind of like the kids from South Park. You know what I'm talking about? I find her attractive in that sense.
Anyways, but yeah, it was at this promo that was announced that we are going to get Charlotte versus Ruby Riott at Fastlane. That's gonna be the women's championship match. So,
what do you guys?
It's one of those. It's at least nice to see that they've officially set a good opponent, and the way that they've been kind of building this little feud of Charlotte versus the Riot Squad. I appreciate the fact that they've built it up a little bit to have some, especially with this past match. It wasn't anything significant, but they made Charlotte, they made Charlotte lose this week.
Could we possibly see?
Well, see, my whole thing about between Charlotte and the Riot Squad is that's exactly what it is. It's Charlotte versus the Riot Squad, which is fine. But if you want to promote Ruby Riott as a main contender for the title picture, make her and this is where you want to make Ruby Riott more like the Miz. Okay, think about the Miz and the Miztourage. The Miztourage is simply there to supplement the Miz, whereas it seems like the Riot Squad is a faction and they operate as a faction. So you can't really give Ruby Riott a title shot unless you're literally splitting the title 3 ways amongst the entire Riot Squad.
Split it 3-way, lay cool style. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Ruby gets the main centerpiece. Each of the other two get one of the straps.
And see, that's my thing. I'm wholeheartedly with them trying to acknowledge the women's title, because the women's title on SmackDown has been ignored for the past month, because it's literally been Charlotte and person A and person B. It's been switching between Naomi, Becky Lynch.
Well, even then, those two aren't really in the picture more.
But still, but anyways.
I mean, I will give them. I will give them the benefit of the doubt for at least last month, January, because they were building up the whole entire Women's Royal Rumble. I will give them the benefit of the doubt for that. Aside from that, yeah, I agree with you.
But yeah, I digress.
How about we get to the main event, though? The last match of the evening, we have AJ Styles going up against Baron Corbin. This was actually a pretty good match.
Yes.
Oh, that was that match. I definitely turned that off.
You turned it off?
I look, man.
Okay, to be fair, that was the same way I was with...
One of my favorite spots about this match. One of my favorite spots about this match was the insane deep six that Baron Corbin hit.
Oh, that was...
Because it wasn't a traditional deep six. It was he went around way, way much longer than any deep six.
Yeah, he put some stank on this one.
It was he did 3 full... complete 360s. He did a...
well, then it would be a deep 666?
No, it'd be a 1080. A 1080 deep six.
Anyways, but that was one of your favorite moments. One of my personal favorite moments is when I believe Baron Corbin tosses Styles into the table, but Styles instead flips over the table, landing on his feet, rushes up to ringside, and delivers a phenomenal forearm onto Baron Corbin. Mm-hmm. That was one of the more beautiful spots I loved.
Another one of my favorite spots is where Styles jumps on the ring the ring apron and walks but hits Corbin with this knee.
Yeah, that too.
It was kind of it looked wonky, but I liked it.
But another moment that I had to emphasize is the fact that there's one moment to where Baron Corbin looks like he has the advantage and he yells out, "You can't beat me!" Trash talking. But as you would expect, AJ Styles, he gets the win off of a phenomenal forearm.
And then who would we have to come out? Because I did go back and I got all the highlights, even though I did turn off SmackDown.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Wow.
7 Owens.
7 Owens.
I can see it.
7 Kevin Owens. Oh, dear God. Anyways.
Sami Zayn. 7 Kevin Owens.
Anyways, but no, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, they come out, they attack AJ Styles, they're setting up the table spot or whatnot, but Baron Corbin hits both of them with an end of days to end SmackDown.
Baron Corbin.
But that's SmackDown. That's Raw and SmackDown for this week. How about we get to the superstar match of the night?
We'll let our guest start this week. Tell us who your superstar of the week is and give us a why.
Of both shows.
Yes, of the week. Just so of either show.
Yeah.
Superstar of the week?
Yeah.
Braun Strowman.
Mr. Get These Hands himself,
Mr. I can do a fucking drop kick even though I'm over 7 feet tall. Oh my God, why are you so athletic?
But would you like to elaborate a little bit?
Of course. So Braun Strowman is the best thing on Raw. I think he has built exceptionally well. He's really been put in the main eventer spot. He deserves it. People love him. And see, this is really this is a new phenomenon. For WWE as we enter in this this new generation of superstars on the up and coming, because previously all these giants were not really loved. I mean, the previous giant to ever get this much emotion out of a crowd was Andre.
Yeah.
I mean, Big Show kind of fell flat.
Would you consider Kane or Undertaker as big as that?
No. They're big guys. They're not giants.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough.
So Big Show is a giant. Great Khali was a giant.
They tried to push. They failed.
Right. And even what's that dude that came out? Last name Gonzalez. The big,
Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah. Fell flat. So I think this is the first time we've actually had a giant that has really connected with the crowd. And they've booked him so well,
especially this week.
Especially coming out of his horrible reign under the Wyatt family. But I digress. Superstar of the week. Yeah, absolutely. Every time.
All right. Do you have yours?
No, you go ahead.
All right. Well, actually, let's see. I'm tossing it. It's a toss up, but dang. This is the No. I'm gonna give mine to the New Day. It's it's an interesting one, but the fact that they came out, they gave a serviceable match, and they earned another chance, even though it's only 5 months later, for another tag team titles. But also,
where the hell is Ty Dillinger?
Also,
or Rusev. This is
second week without.
Or Rusev.
This is the second week without Rusev on Rusev Day.
It's how could you forget on Rusev Day? But nevertheless, the point I'm trying to get at is not only did they set up did they have a solid match with Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, but with the interaction that they have with the Bludgeon Brothers, I think this could potentially lead to a little mini rivalry leading up to Fastlane between the two to see if the Bludgeon Brothers can go against the Usos for those tag team titles. So this is more for future hoping.
But see, even if they were to do that, though, I feel like there's no winners in that feud because
New Day can take a loss. Let's be honest.
The New Day can take a loss, but it would be because the only way you could book the Bludgeon Brothers against the New Day, they would have to be dominant.
Exactly.
But they wouldn't have to be as dominant as they were over these jobbers that they just squashed on this past Tuesday. They would still have to show dominance without hurting the integrity of the New Day. But I think that's a very fine line. And it's easy to cross and could easily start on this path to burying New Day, which I do not want to see.
Still, it'd be more interesting than what they've got going on for a tag division right now.
Anyway, give it.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Anyways, Jay, who's your superstar of the week?
I'm going to give my superstar of the week to the Minuteman himself, Seth Rollins.
Okay, go on.
This is actually a first for him. So, first things first, congratulations, Sethy boy. You're going to go down in infamy. No, I think that he did a good job really just kind of showing what it is that he can do when given the chance to really draw out his character and draw out his moveset. You know, I didn't see too many repeated spots. I saw a lot of good stuff that he could do versus Roman and versus Cena. So, good on you, Seth Rollins. You were the superstar of the week.
All right. Now, match of the week. Is there any match in particular with Raw and SmackDown that you thought was the best of the week?
So, for best match, obviously many people are gonna probably when they watch this, they're probably gonna say, "Oh, the Gauntlet match," because it was the longest and it had a lot of good spots in it.
Trust me, I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Yeah,
but that's
no.
you.
So if I had to take a single solitary match, for me, I would probably put it at Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens.
Fair enough.
For match of the week.
Okay, you know what? I'll let you.
However, if I were to take a spot, I definitely liked everything between The Miz and Braun Strowman.
Okay.
And their little.
We'll count that if you want to make that we'll count that as a match. Quote unquote.
Okay, if I'm gonna take a part, John Cena versus Seth Rollins.
Okay, is that your official?
That's my official match of the week.
Okay, would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, sure. So, I think everything between John Cena and Seth Rollins this week was perfect. Nothing short of perfect, actually. Because not only was Seth tired from his little spat with Reigns, but coming out of it, and I think he got to the ropes on the STF twice.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
At least once. I at least remember the roll-up one that he had.
Yeah, and so, still doing all of this, athletic shit with Cena was perfect. And so not only to hit this knee, the unnameable knee.
Again, I'm calling it what they call in 2K the ripcord knee strike.
Yeah. And but as of right now it's unnamed in regards to Michael Cole.
The knee.
But even then, but it's nice to see that Seth Rollins has not succumbed to a certain moveset when he faces people. So, the fact that he was able to break out the curb stomp again. I like the fact that the curb stomp is making a return of sorts. So, Seth Rollins versus John Cena, definitely match of the week.
Okay. I'm going with a little bit of controversy for mine, because it's not really a match, it's a segment, and I know you guys had weird things to say about it. I'm going with the Jinder Mahal Dirty Little Secret segment more than anything. Okay, again, I know you have reserves over the whole entire SmackDown top 10 list, but...
I have my reserves over SmackDown to the whole, to be honest.
But the fact that they implemented this new thing, and the fact that they're actually using that into storylines and such. And to be honest, I'm loving the interaction between Bobby Roode and Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. Whole entire Jinder Mahal trying to start shit between Bobby Roode and Randy Orton about which one's better or whatnot. I appreciate that, and I appreciate that Jinder Mahal is being more active, that he's not just, simply going to be known forever as former champion. He's trying his best to be part of that U.S. title picture by starting shit between Orton and Roode. My personal opinion is he's trying to get the title onto Orton so that he can go up against Orton for that title because he knows he can beat Orton.
I respect your decision, and I respect everything about it. But I don't mean to backtrack here, and I do apologize if this takes up a bit of our time, but I do have a question.
What?
I just thought about this. How long has Alexa Bliss been Raw Women's Champion?
Oh shit, that's been forever.
It's been forever, and she, one of the longest reigning women of the modern era for sure.
Well, I mean, it's one of those. Okay, she got the title from Bayley. It was not too long after Mania. I think it was at Payback. I want to say.
Yeah, and then they had the whole fiasco with the "This Is Your Life" segment. Blah 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 blah.
Well, I was gonna say, I know that she
hasn't been a year yet.
Well, I know what was it. leading, like, okay, a couple weeks back, because I know this was one of our thumbnail, one of the topics that we talked about, the fact that even Kurt Angle said that she hasn't defended her title since October. That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but even so, like, it has to say, she's still doing her thing.
Yeah. But
the hottest superstar on the roster.
Anyways, Jay, what was your match of the week?
Honestly, and this is going to come way out of left field.
Go on.
But I'm going to give it to Titus Worldwide versus The Bar on Monday Night Raw.
Go on.
Because, even though we didn't spend a lot of time talking about this match arguably was like, this match arguably could have been the best part of Raw on the far end of the gauntlet match. Because, one, it told a storyline that wasn't the Elimination Chamber. It told a storyline that wasn't the women's Elimination Chamber. It gave us something that we actually weren't expecting. Nobody was expecting them to beat The Bar again. And it set up for a match at Elimination Chamber, which, thank you, Jesus, we have something that's not going to be The Bar versus Seth Rollins and insert character here.
Yeah, true.
So, I'm going to give it to them because, honestly, they deserve it.
Yeah. Respectable.
All right, I think that's all the time that we have for today.
Shut your mouth.
Of course we have to do
Yeah,
this.
we do. Because you have that ignorant squash thing that you do. So I'm going to do it. It is time for the dry macaroni moment of the week. This is the moment in the week that left a dry taste in my and/or many fans' mouths around the world. And actually, I was talking to our guest before we got started. He actually wants to be included in this, and he will have a dry macaroni moment. What was your dry macaroni moment this week?
Both of you are having one.
Yeah, man.
Mine's going to be very short and sweet. My dry macaroni moment of the week was when Shane came out. Yeah, I mean, Shane coming out at this point is just very stereotypical, and it's just like, it's a dry, like, okay, like, we know he has a vendetta against Cammy Owens.
Yeah, I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Cammy Owens.
So it's just, like, I think they should be paying more attention to the drama between Shane and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, they should.
All right, you got yours out of the way. Thankfully,
I
quickly.
appreciate that. For that, and I'm going to say it both times, WWE, you have truly dished out a dry helping of dry macaroni. Anyway, I'm getting to mine now. Mine goes to, and y'all should already know this is coming because it happened before, Raw and SmackDown this time. You just take all your women, you put them in a basket, and you shove it down the river because, God, y'all can't do, like, I get that you're building up for the Women's Elimination Chamber match this Sunday. I get that you're building up for Charlotte versus Ruby at Fastlane. But, oh my God, you could have done so much more. For God's sake, your gauntlet match took 2 hours. You could have chopped off like a good 45 minutes of that, given us a separate match. You have the time on Raw to do more than one women's match. And arguably, yes, you had a segment with Asuka and Nia Jax because you're building for that for Sunday as well. But oh my God, you have so much time. Give the women, make us as the fans feel like you care about the women as much as you care about the men. Please, because for God's sake, I'm tired of seeing the women play second fiddle on the show. Really. And this is just as true as that can be. But with that being said, WWE, you have truly dished out a dry helping of macaroni. Oh my God. Yes. And with that being said, we have finished the weekly rundown brought to you by What the Wrestling. If you guys have enjoyed today's episode, why don't you give us a thumbs up down below? Why don't you go ahead and comment what your favorite part of Raw and SmackDown were down below. Hit us up on Twitter if you disagree or if you agree with anything that was said. Our links will be in the description. Share this with everybody that you know because sharing is truly caring. Subscribe to us if you haven't already subscribed to us because if you haven't already subscribed to us, you just aren't doing life correctly. And with that, I have been Jay Sean.
I've been Natty.
Rocky Gold.
And with that being said, we will see you guys later. Holla at your boy.
Hasta luego, mi amigos.